It seems like a lot of underage kids are getting into bars and strip clubs and whatnot right now. So we went to go talk to them and see where they get their fake IDs from, how they're made, what they look like. But the reality of the fact is, they don't even really use them because nobody seems to cart them in the city, so.
Well, I'm in the process of getting my license. I've only had my permit now for 1.5 years. So I'm going to start my driving lessons, and I want to find out what you should look for in a driving school because I know a lot of people who've gotten scammed, and I wanted to, get a good deal.
We went and spoke to some design students who might be dictating the fashion of the future. And then we actually went and spoke to a designer who's out there doing his thing, and we found out what it takes to make it.
Well, we've all heard of the Big Brothers program, but there's a group out there called the Black Star Big Brothers, and they help kids in the black community. We went to check them out.
We went to check out some tribute bands and see why people like them and why they're gaining so much popularity. And we wanted to find out what it's like to make a living off other people's work.
Now, we all know it's illegal to get into bars and clubs and stuff like that when you're not 18. But we also know it's not that hard when you got your hands on some fake IDs. Now, personally, I'm 18, but what if you're not?
All they need is the hardware and the know-how, yeah.
How long have you been making these IDs?
3 years.
3 years? About how many IDs would you say approximately have you made?
Over 50.
Over 50?
Yeah.
At $10 a pop?
Yeah.
What happens if you get caught?
I'm in big trouble.
But that doesn't bother you, the risk?
Yeah, sure it bothers me. I'm very paranoid about it.
Then why do you do it?
I don't know. The rush. No, I'm kidding. It's, I don't know, good way to make some money. A young entrepreneur.
Could you make her ID right now?
No problem.
Okay, there you go, that's the information.
All we gotta do is change the name. You have to change every little detail, though. So you have to put her name in there. The first 3 letters of her last name, and the first letter of her first name. And change the date here, too. Now all we do is print.
Okay, let's just take a look at what it looks like here, and there you go.
This is the hardest part.
Why is it always so hard?
Because the edges are the dead giveaway. They have to be nice and smooth.
And now, how do you do laminating for this?
You can go into any store and ask them to use their laminating machine. Some people who are afraid to go to a store to get it laminated will try to do it yourself job and put it between a towel or some newspaper and apply the family iron to it, and it melts the plastic. But it doesn't look as good.
All right, well, here's the card. Now let's go downtown and see how well it works. How old are you guys?
We're not old enough.
You're not old enough?
16.
Do you guys get in, though?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes? Do they card you?
Depends if we're in a group or not.
What do you mean? Like,
Well, if you're a big group, usually they let you in.
Fake ID. I'm now 20.
Yeah, from 17 to 20 overnight.
Yeah.
Mom, Dad, I want you to know I would never do this. No one asked me for an ID. And you're not 18 yourself? No, I'm not.
But
and
he looks
no one's bothering you, though?
No one at all.
And you have no fake ID?
There's no need for one here. If I'm gonna go to a place where they want an ID, and if I don't have one, they're not gonna serve me, then I won't go there.
You don't card here. We haven't been ID'd once. No one IDs here, dude. I can show my sister's ID. She's 2, and I could go get a drink here.
You're a bouncer here. Now, how do you tell if someone's not 18?
By the way they look. Because we've been doing it for a while, I guess you have that recognition to recognize people.
Are there any tricks you use, or like asking for their zodiac sign, just something like that you use to try to see?
I pull a bank card. I ask for a bank card. They say it doesn't have my age, but then I see the bank card doesn't mature. My philosophy is if you're 18, you're proud of it, and you carry legitimate ID.
Aren't you guys ever worried that a cop is going to come in one day, or just one day something is going to happen?
That's the adventure. That's the beauty of it. You're risking so much to dance.
It's not my fault if they don't ask for ID. It's the pub's fault.
How many kids do you think you catch? Out of like 100?
All.
You think you catch them all?
Oh, yeah.
Out of 10, at least 2 or 3.
Now, do a lot of underage people try to get in?
Oh, yeah.
A lot. High school kids, 15, 16, 14 years old.
And what percentage do you find that you catch?
All of them.
No one bothers us at all. Where I get my ID from? Just made it home. Just made it. As long as they got the money, they don't care about nothing.
You can't deal with that, all right?
New York State, kid. Nothing beats
America, that's where you get them.
I'm 12 years old.
Women have been making great strides towards equality, but some people feel that that's been taken to the other extreme, resulting in, like, reverse sexism. Well, we want to know what the next generation thought, so we asked them, what's better, being a lady or a gent?
Hi, guys.
Guys? Guys.
Actually, I think they're pretty equal. Males, of course.
Well, I'd say the girls. Probably guys.
Okay, guys do, yeah, because it's like girls get harassed.
Girls go through a lot with sexual harassment and all kinds of stuff like that.
It's a man's world. Man have power, so of course, man, we're gonna keep the power. Okay, we're not equal as yet, you know. It's not perfectly, you know. But one day it's gonna happen, but for right now, it's dominated by men still.
Throughout all history, it's the males who've been dominating the whole, you know, all the society.
A girl can get married. I mean, they somewhat expect the husband to, you know, have a job, you know, and all that.
There's a lot of places you see that the males are more, they have much of an easier role in society than us women.
But for a guy, who are we going to marry? You know what I mean?
It's always easy for guys.
Some men's world. I can't say that, you know, I'm mad about it, but I think it's not fair.
Yeah, guys. Guys, you're lucky. What can I say?
I feel scammed. One of my friends just a couple of days ago got scammed by a driving school.
Young people can get taken advantage of. They want a license, so they go wherever they think is best, and then they walk away and they get burned so easily.
There you go. Stop right there. Well, I'm a little outside the lines, but it doesn't really matter. Finding a driving school is really important, but unfortunately some kids are finding out that some driving schools are just in it to get your money. We went to find out how not to get scammed, and I got a free driving lesson in the process.
For every misbehavior, you get a demerit point of whatever it is. 2 points for not having your for not wearing your seatbelt. 2 points plus a fine.
So what should somebody look for in a driving school?
So you want a total guarantee. A total guarantee can only be had if you go to a school that's recommended by the CAA. If there's ever any kind of problem, you call the CAA directly. If there's any money that's owed to you, the CAA will pay you. And they'll check into the school themselves.
What should you do if you do get scammed? If you don't go to a CAA-accredited school, what can you do to get your money back?
Good luck. Good luck.
I showed up one day waiting for a car to pick me up for my lesson, and they just never showed up. I went to the office, and they had completely disappeared. It was closed down, and there was no sign, there was nothing.
Like, there was no mention of a contract, and 2 months later they're telling me about a contract, and I have to pay them $96 extra on top of it, and I have to pay them this, and if I don't show up for something, I'm gonna have to pay them $41.
If you're not sure what you're signing, take it home and have a friend or your father or your mother read it with you to make sure. Ask 100 questions like, do I ever have to pay any more?
If a school has been in operation, has had activities for a long period of time, it might be a good tip, a good indication that this school is serious and this school has provided satisfaction to its customers.
Here we go. Seatbelt.
No, seatbelt's not right away.
Seatbelt's not right away?
Put the key in first.
So how did you decide to come to Montreal City Motor League to learn how to drive?
Well, I had a couple of friends from school who came here, and they told me that it was a really good school and that, like, the lessons were they covered a lot of information.
And you look where you want to go and you steer. And that's fine. That's your first turn, is it?
It is, yeah.
That's a very good first turn. You want to go to a school that's got a collision prevention program that teaches you vision skills, hazard detection, emergency maneuver training that goes a lot further than any 20-minute around-the-block government test. After the break, we don't know what this lady is doing. And now back to the gas. In any doubtful situation, when you're not sure what somebody's going to do, your foot's over the brake. That way you have less reaction time and you're ready to react.
Around how much should you be paying for a good school?
Prices vary greatly. It can go as low as $200-300 up to $600 or $700. If everything is included in the price, if the price is below $200, you can seriously question the seriousness, the quality of the teaching that is given in this class.
Whew, did it.
Well, congratulations. That was a super lesson. Excellent student.
The school might be a bit more expensive than a couple of the other ones, but for you, is it worth it if, you know?
Well, yeah, because especially, like, knowing that 16-year-olds and, like, around this age level, it's, like, one of the highest accident groups. I'd rather pay the extra bit of money if it's gonna, like help save my life if ever that happens.
We need more volunteers, but the men that we do have are very committed. You know, they're very dedicated to the project. The black boys and the black men share some similar cultures, so they're better to identify with, and the boys can identify more positively with somebody that's specifically from their culture.
Black kids without dads have their own unique set of problems, but there's a group out there trying to make a difference. We met up with Sean and Izzy, who are part of the Black Star Big Brother project.
As soon as you finish this, I want you to put your plates in the kitchen, and then you can have your ice cream. Okay?
What were your reasons for Sean to have a big brother?
Well, his father is not involved in his life. He's a single parent. And I wanted him specifically to have a black big brother because I'm Jewish and Sean has a very strong Jewish identity, but he wasn't connecting very well or relating very well to black males.
I got it. Hi.
Hi, Sean.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, we're just finishing up supper.
He's a very well-adjusted kid. I was actually quite impressed when I met him. You know, he basically has his head on his shoulders.
I've had other big brothers, and so far he's the best one. The others have either been kind of dangerous kind of thing. Like I had one where we went skating, and he said it's babyish to wear a helmet. It was my second time.
All right, Sean. Want to play a game?
Yep. You don't know Jack.
Basically, he comes over to my house, plays some video games, he plays on my computer, and sometimes, you know, we try to, he does homework, make plays, you know.
Do you actually like the fact that you have a big brother?
Oh, yeah. Because I like it because it makes me feel like at least I have a role model other than my mom.
Until he met with Izu, his strongest connection really was with the Jewish friends and his Jewish connection. But he lacked somebody who was going to play this type of role in his life and who show Sean that all black men are not like his father.
Unfortunately, in the black community, we have a lot of negative influences in the form of maybe the dads not being in the home and, you know, kids running around. I basically looking out to help as much as I could.
I don't like him. I think he's arrogant, this guy. Have you noticed any changes in yourself after being with Izu?
Yeah, I feel better in a way. I feel nicer to people. He makes me feel like an all-around good person because he's so positive that it just kind of rubs off on me, I guess.
Do you share experiences growing up with him?
Yes, I do. One of the things Shana asked me to do is to pick out an African name for him, and, you know, I'm still working on it.
I was asking, what kind of gifts do people get for bar mitzvah? I was asking usually money.
A car.
Money. A car.
What do you see being the long-term effects of this kind of relationship?
I hope to, I guess, influence him in the direction he takes later on in life, you know. That's the best I can hope for, really.
Is he your friend?
Oh, yeah, definitely. To me, a friend is a person you can always trust and feel safe with, and I trust him a lot.
It's a dream. I would like to make clothes.
Every year, hundreds of students graduate from fashion school and join the workforce. Now they have hopes of becoming stylists, pattern makers, or even designers like Martine, who's the founder of her own clothing line, Junk.
Well, the line is junior sportswear for women, and it is distributed across Canada. I try to make clothes for people like me who don't really have time to, to iron and to go to the dry cleaner, so I make it easy, wearable. I try to find like a category from people that are 16 to 35.
When did you graduate from school?
1989.
What did you learn there that's like helped you now?
Oh my God, I learned a lot. I really had a great school. There's just so many courses we did, like accounting, from pattern making to accounting to making hats, marketing, management. You just like totally devote yourself 100% to school. You're there from 8 o'clock in the morning till 10, and that's it. And you just, when you're not there, you do homework. You have to be in fashion school, I think you have to be really passionate about fashion.
What type of projects do the students work on?
They have usually 5 projects, 5 different projects during 2 last years. Usually the last project is a fantasy, what you could see now, what they are doing.
We had a theme, and we had to choose recycled chic. So we can use any garment, any design, but we had to use recycled materials. So mine is it's all tin cans, cut up into these exact sizes, and each piece has to be soldered together. I think I got tired of working with patterns. I wanted to work with something else.
Do you consider like fashion to be an art form?
Yeah, especially this particular theme.
And you put the L square on the table and you will check the measurement.
What made you decide to come to fashion school?
Well, that's a long story, but I was interested in fashion since I've been like I must have been about 12 years old. I started taking off like private lessons with embroidery.
So what do you see like in the future? Is this a hard industry to get into? Or?
It is hard. If you want to be a designer, I think that's like, if you want to be like a Todd Oldman or something like that, I think that's a little bit harder. You really have to be creative and you really have to be willing to go through all sorts of garbage before you can become that. But it's so hard to say. I'm not in that yet, so it's just like I'm really afraid of what's going to happen after this. Like I'm going to continue in school a little bit longer, but other than that, like it's just, I'm so afraid.
What can students who are graduating do? Like what kind of advice would you give them?
Well, I would tell them not to be scared and to have confidence in themselves and to try as much as possible to get work that they do like.
How easy is it for the students to find work after they've graduated?
Now it's not very easy, but if they want to work, they will usually find a place.
And you try to put a really good portfolio together, and then you just go out there and knock on doors. And I believe that it's better to just like, come and knock on the door. Yeah. That's the people you remember.
No matter if these kids are out there doing, like you say, Smashing Pumpkins, the Rolling Dead, it doesn't matter. That's not important. What's important is you're this close, they feel the emotion, and they taste the emotion.
Anybody out there playing in a band struggling with covers of Pearl Jam tunes? Not be on the wrong track. Tribute bands are a big business. We're here at a club downtown tonight to find out what it's like to make a living off other people's material.
The Doors are back, Pink Floyd is in. I mean, they can fill the stadium, we can fill our all. It might be a fad, but right now tribute bands are in, and we're proving this at the medley every night. It's going to be a full house.
I think we should put it the guitar in the other set.
Everything you wanted to know about a rock band, we were afraid to ask.
Why did you guys decide to cover the Smashing Pumpkins?
The easiest way to get shows is to play other people's music. And Smashing Pumpkins is one of the most popular bands right now. So we figured if we covered their songs, it'd be easier to get shows.
We're not a Kiss tribute band. You're not putting on makeup.
What does it feel like going on stage and performing other people's stuff?
I mean, we're not trying to be the band or anything like that. We're kind of using them, I guess, to get people to come to the bar to watch us. But if you don't like the music, it's kind of hard to play. But everybody gets into it, and everybody enjoys it. That's the main reason to play. You have to enjoy yourself, and everybody does.
You try to mimic the band exactly.
We don't enforce a note-for-note learning of the song. Everybody is free to do what they want as long as it sounds like a Smashing Pumpkins song. We get along well in the band, which is rare. So, you know, you just want to have a good time and try to rock the house a bit.
Which bands do you like the most? Oh, the Rolling Stones.
I went to see Stones in 1975 as a kid, and it was like a religious experience because I was up close and I felt their energy. You know, you can feel that vibe, and that's the thing that when I go to see bands, I want to feel that energy. I want to, you know, taste it. I like when the sweat flies up and hits them in the face. That's what I say to people, you know, don't sit too close because you're going to get wet. The Stones never played. You know, they played like once every 7 years, and when they did play, they played badly. The most important part of rock and roll that I thought was that intensity, the human intensity, which is gone. Now it's all, you might as well choose put robots up there, you know. I can't get no pout. They're not safe at our show. See, at the Stone show, they're barrier, guards, safe. With us, I'm this close to you. They're not safe. There's no safety at the Bride show. 50 of you will not make it past the first song.
What happens if the Smashing Pumpkins were to break up? What would you do?
Find another band to cover or go on and do something else. It's not a religion or anything like that. It's just a band.
Well, that's it for BuzZone. We hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you again next week.